What a moment this is for the debutant. Nick Bryan. Fantastic opportunity. First game at the MCG. He faces off against the experienced Pitternet. He's a lovely looking athlete, 203 centimetres. Imagine the heart pumping right now. This is your first moment in the big time, and he jumped well. And he's won the first possession too, so a good nerve settler for Nick Bryan. Congratulations, young man from the Glen Iris Gladiators and St Kevin's. And here go the Bombers' first up, Braden Ham. Carl Langford. And back in board, he wanted Parrish, who's in red-hot form. Good courage coming back. And it is the Blues. Got a rebound through Jones. That's a good start for Mackay, who's got Stewart as the matchup. Overlap run from Cunningham. Not a great ball, although Heppel has coughed it up to Cripps. He's almost impossible to tackle first up, Paddy Cripps. Back to Sard. And back into the side. Really good intercept play, that man, Jordan Ridley.
Essendon fans not missing Adam Sard from his first kick. Straight into it.
Quick to point it out, aren't they? Here's Parrish, who's one of their young gun brigade, kicking wide to Snelling, who's another. He needs to get the ball off. Darcy Parrish was simply monumental last week, Darcy Parrish. And now Ham. So they go on the wing here. The electric stringer. Chiseling in board to Smith. Centre half forward, Smith wants to go quickly, does. High ball, McDonald Tipperwoody's got loose from Plowman. And watch, he may run around and play on from here. A star last week. And gets a good look early here. Does Anthony McDonald Tipperwoody.
Did the right thing, BT, got back off the mark quick, looking for the inboard one, but as soon as it wasn't on, settle. Take the responsibility and have the shot.
Going with the drop punt, something we don't see often. 25, 30-metre kick, just looking to float it nicely. It's a good kick. What an opener. Can this man miss? Oh, what a great way to start. McDonald Tipperwoody and the Bombers. The toughest of kicks, threaded with the perfect drop punt from the boundary. And to go with his numbers of last week, 5 goals, 7 kicks. He's on target today to do another job.
This is the type of ball movement that worries any defence. Coming off the line, inboard. Look at the space of the forwards there. They're able to make their moves because the whole of the ground was opened up to them. And nice kick by Dev Smith. McDonald Tipperwoody straight away, you saw his eyes looking back into the corridor, wanted to give it off. The second he didn't, went back, had the shot, and superb start. Great kick. 5
goals on Anzac Day, the first here on Sunday afternoon. Bryan competed well again. The big frame of Cripps. It's an awkward bounce behind. Heppel, Parrish, good pressure coming through Curnow. Pitternet the ruckman. Managed to slip a handle to Gibbons. Now this is Walsh. Nice evasive skills, launches, and offline. What a player he's become. Sam Walsh, what a player from day one, really lean.
Yeah. Paddy Dowie, his housemate wasn't too happy on the outside there and just apologised to him and said, mate, I'll cook dinner tonight. It's all right. Merritt to Redmond. Good dasher is Redmond. This has got some good penetration in the kick as well, and Stringer. Ray Chamberlain here today. Stringer told to go. And does, and that's a ripper as well. What a kick to right on the lead. 2 really super clean entries inside 50 for the Bombers.
And Jake Stringer's 2 kicks, 2 touches so far have been really dynamic. He took advantage then of the standing the mark rule, ran off and took that extra ground, and the one before that led to the McDonald Tipperwoody goal, his inboard kick. He looked sharp, Jakey Stringer. Talk about another player at a big game last week. Peter Wright, big step forward for his career.
45-degree angle here. That one needs to come back a lot, and it won't. So, in this, to the big man.
It's an emergency 11 times last year. The Gold Coast Suns didn't get a senior game. So this is in response to Saad, ball in hand. As you said, Liam, that footy fans, they're an interesting lot. Right through the corridor. That's the response given to Mackay. One-on-one, Stewart did well. Eddie Betts, can he get past the tackle? He can. He's so dangerous, ball in hand. Perfect kick, McGovern. And maybe a little fitty. That's going to be 50 metres. Shadle Laverty. A little overzealous there.
Yeah, it was there. No doubt about it. I'm taking the mark.
So some Eddie Betts genius results in a goal to McGovern. He couldn't have got the ball presented any better for a leading forward than what Eddie Betts was able to do there. Mitch McGovern, as is so often the way, the rotations coincide with the goal, so he trots off the ground, but good confidence builder for that man who's kicked 3 goals in the last 2 weeks before today, Mitch McGovern.
Eddie Betts just really clean, bodylined the ball there, and superb kick. McGovern's taken the mark. You can't do that. That's 50. He made a certainty of it. I don't know what Laverty was thinking there. Can't argue it.
No. In the book. Chamberlain, an umpire. Suburban umpiring week here this week. Kick goes forward, trying to get down towards Laverty. A little knockdown. Did well, trying to keep it in front was Hind. Going through there was Owies. Walsh trying to muscle it out to McGovern, not successful.
Now, I have to ask you, BT, you've been in touch with the Laverty family this week. We've been going with Jaden Laverty.
Yes, now it's Laverty. I'm told it's with an E on the end. And pronounce it, please, Das.
Here's Eddie Betts. He's always been Eddie Betts. Chance for Cunningham. Ricochet back to him. Now Walsh, beautiful. Sidestep, Sam Walsh. Brilliant. It's just a star.
He's a ripper.
Can't teach that, can you, Bristol? No. That's just an understanding and a sense of what's around you that very few have.
Yeah, great sense of space around him and non-space for that matter. He's as natural a footballer as I reckon I've seen for a long time, Sam Walsh.
With Sam Walsh, it's almost as though his career's just in fast forward. Straight away he understood how to win the football and just accumulate possessions. Then straight away he said, well, OK, I've done that, now I'm just going to start impacting games massively. And it's moves like this that, I mean, that's just special. I know he makes that look easy, but that is very difficult. You've got a fraction of a second.
Just explaining the traction of the ball in the air there with a little side slider. Out of the middle, the big fella in his first game, Bryant. Handball, Stringer can go all the way. 48, punt road end, misses left. Just.
Well, sign there, young Nick Bryan, the follow-up work. He had 21 possessions in the VFL a couple of weeks ago. So if you can become a big midfielder with that athleticism, it really adds something extra to your game. Wiedering's going to come out this members' wing side. Spears, a low ball, was an awkward one to handle. Heppel took it beautifully, but Nunes effected a nice smother there.
So Blues forward end.
That's the Bryan family there, BT, Kay and Rod, and one of 4 brothers. You can see young Billy and Luke and Charlie up there. The Bryan family very excited today.
What's the junior club he came out of again?
Glen Iris Gladiators, BT.
Okay, they sound powerful.
It's an ambitious name.
Langford via St Kevin's as well, who's pumped out a few in recent years. Doherty, little handball, Wiedering, very, very quick with the hands, and Walsh, who's just knocking up, getting the footy at the moment, had it 4 or 5 times already. Goes into the middle, nicely cut off by Guelphy, got it to Cox. Cox immediately getting the handball through there to Perkins. He took him on. Stringer's had a go. He's been involved in everything that's gone forward, Stringer. He's caught in the tackle here, though.
Good to see Jake Stringer full-chested at the ball. Cameron Ling said he's currently powerful. Perkins with a nice spinning move, got back to his feet. Archie Perkins, Andy McGrath couldn't get a handle on it. Great commitment from all players.
Carlton.
Kick going the way of the Navy Blues. And it's going to end up now with Plowman. He's got the hard-running Curnow and he releases it in his direction. Mackay, the deepest forward. Now he comes at the footy. Curnow ignores that lead. Back in board, diving attempt. That was Owies.
Kick.
It was probably intended for Eddie Betts in the end. Now, this is Parks. So some of the new faces stepping up for the Blues. Luke Parks in his third game. And he found a short target.
Lockie Fogarty was sitting there for a while, Dars too. And just pleading for it, screaming at his teammate to give it off. No Essendon defender came anywhere near him. Must be just on his range. Maybe run around a little bit.
Decided to chip one to the edge of the square. Pitted it down there, well tackled by Laverty. And now Heppel picked up by Liam Jones. There's a nest of Bombers back there.
Langford.
Stay out, Eddie. You kick.
Hand.
Stand, Lockie. Way out, Eddie. Move it on, play on.
Meeting for the 250th time, these two sides. No other clubs. Carlton and Collingwood, the only other ones, in fact, that have met more times. Good young player, this guy here, Harrison Jones. He and Cox were really likely. Long ball, deep ball, and getting back very nicely. Doherty to just steady things down in defence.
Let's go for a sec, Dars.
We'll come back to you, Ling, in a moment. That turnover could have been costly, but well played. The Blues, Plowman. Cunningham fighting on the southern stand wing side of the MCG. Chance out the back, Levi. Trying to just direct it in front. Oh, he's the small forward. And they're still doing well to keep it in. So Harry Jones wanted the line, and the experience of Heppel probably made the right call there, Ling.
Just go all the way back to this Jones kick, the long one to Peter Wright. Could have gone there straight away to the one-on-one. It was Peter Wright versus Wiedering. Instead, just waited, which allows Sam Doherty to come back and be that third man up and get that intercept mark.
Oh, look at that kick from Heppel. Deliberately sold the kick wide, knowing that McDonald, Tip and Woody was coming back corridor. Wright and Guelphy combined. Bit of a missed kick there from Guelphy to Langford. And probably going to come undone as a result of that now. Wiedering just put the one claw under it. Beautiful pick up. Likewise, McGovern. He's got over the top Mackay. Mackay comes forward at the ball. Really, really good defence on that occasion from Laverty. Knocks it back out his way again. Laverty goes for the boundary line as wide as he could, but Wiedering very strong in the air.
Fantastic mark that was from the best and fairest winner from 2020, Jacob Wiedering. 100th game. And Darcy Parish in that same draft, both playing their 100th game today. That's a nice position for Peter Wright to be in.
Clear out, gentlemen. Jim. Move it on, Pete. Play on.
Called to play on. He happy to come a little bit corridor side. Harry Jones, Liam Jones. Now live ball in the corridor. Good one to win. McDonald, Tip and Woody just got in the face of Cottrell for a moment. Darcy Parish won it nicely out in front. Doherty, McDonald, Tip and Woody got a good bounce. The Bombers, Nick Cox, Archie Perkins hasn't kicked the goal in AFL footy, and he put it over the top unselfishly. And Cale Hooker, as easy as you like. Might have thought about his first goal there, Archie, but they split them open with that transition through the middle of the ground, and well played from the young man Perkins.
Good way to win the old boys over. Just give them a goal, make a certainty of it. Well played.
I just reckon that works out in the long run, Lingy, looking after the veterans.
A wise investment. It's the 50-50 ball there. Cox's work rate, Perkins to get involved. clever play by Perkins to pop it over the top and make a certainty of it. But some of that ball movement through the middle of the ground when they can open the ground up a bit, it's worrying Carlton at the moment.
That's Ray out there huffing and puffing as he prepares to bounce. Been working on this part of the craft he has.
Block, Essendon.
Couldn't quite read the ball there. The Blues. Right now, short ball, McGrath.
Play on.
McGrath decides to go, takes some ground and sends it very, very long. Wiedering gets back and drops in the hole. No one closing there very quickly. Jacob Wiedering following up another good year. That's not his best kick though, straight into the waiting arms of Langford.
He's going to come back through the corridor right over that run from Andy McGrath. Play-on's the call. Jordan Ridley. Well-intended kick for Ham, but he's defended nicely. Hine picked up by Walsh, managed to get the hands free in the end. Sard, they're not going to miss him this afternoon. They'll miss his run though, as he gets it out wide to Gibbons. Now Harry Mackay's got a big group of bombers to contend with, and it was too many. Ridley's got it back, and there's a chance for Guelphy.
Beautiful looking kick, Ridley, isn't he? Guelphy, son of the southern stand there. High ball, Hooker doing all the muscling work and making sure no one else marked that footy. Jones copping the brunt of it for Carlton in the front of the pack.
Peter Wright just playing that role at the moment where he's drifting behind the ball to help out. And now working forward. Doesn't have to take this as many stoppages around the ground if you consider play a kick behind the footy, but they've got the numbers already, so he's able to get to that stoppage.
St. Merritt, rarely see him make bad decisions. He goes out wide to young gun Archie Perkins. Numbers back. So Perkins lobs a high ball. Peter Wright down there, Wiedering from behind. McDonald Timberwoody. Oh, he found his way through traffic with ease. Couldn't quite complete it, but sharp at the moment.
Noons. Good crowd building up here on a Sunday afternoon at the MCG. High footy, James Stewart. Advantage paid. Heppel slicing ball back into the middle to rip it to Snelling. He too goes. Hind ran out where there was nobody. Right, the give and go. Hind, defending tackle, closes to 50, launches long. Gee, that was good at the end. Did Wiedering get a finger on it? Goal umpire's not sure.
I believe it's a goal. Can we check if the ball was touched on the line?
Score review.
Oh.
Umpire's call, all clear at goal.
So this is a good
please
goal.
confirm the ball across the line.
Review underway.
Without being touched.
I think that's hit the finger on the line, hasn't it?
It has, that's touched. Yep. The whole ball's got to be over.
So this is, I'm assuming they were all...
Review complete.
Way,
Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is touched by the Carlton defender before crossing the goal line.
This
Decision
is
on scoreboard.
Exactly why we've got the review, isn't it?
Yep.
Perfect get then. Well done to all concerned. Those in the arc, the umpires involved. He'd be happy, the goal umpire. It means he hasn't made a mistake, does?
Fairly good system all around that one. No arguments there. Adam Sards. Oh, now behind play. Dev Smith searching for a free kick. Look at that, Laverty. Jaden Laverty with a big grab right in the middle of the MCG. Just got that brilliant Sunday afternoon atmosphere at the MCG. These two clubs, as we've said a couple of times, their 250th meeting, VFL AFL history. He's put that out of Vans Parks, and that would be insufficient intent to keep it in. No arguments there.
So Guelphy's got a bit of a job to do here. There's the intersection. He wastes no time, says, I can't get this done, so I'll plop it in the hole here for someone that's better than I am. McGrath off the ground, little one, picked up plenty of Blues defenders there, and might come back here because Ridley's going to jump onto this and pounce and be forced to the boundary line, but he gets the ball screwing back enough. High ball on the head of Jones, and through for support was Parks, judging it nicely.
Originally from New South Wales, Luke Parks, he went over to the Sanford, played with Glenelg, made a bit of a name for himself as a defender in that part of the world. Paddy Cripps down the line. There's Casbold in there. And now Owies to Eddie Betts. Centering kick was well weighted for Cunningham. Probably would have marked that 9 out of 10 times. So now the Bombers, Redmond, that opens a little bit of space. All of a sudden, Stocker got it to Nunes. He's got Eddie on his own, the goal square. Can he find a way? Eddie did it. How did he mark it? He's hurt himself in the process, but that was extraordinary.
Oh, it was, Daz. He's used all 336 games worth of experience to mark that one. He had to jump early, turn the body, protect exactly where the ball was going to be. And did it beautifully.
At that stage, he was almost horizontal to the ground, Eddie.
So he's asked the umpire, does he have time to do up the lay stars?
And he has been given the all clear. And the little champ, what a player. What a goal. What a start. Just always does things that we are amazed by, Eddie Betts. He's just quite extraordinary. 33rd on the all-time goal kickers list. That height. It's just a remarkable story. He's been nominated 25 times for the goal of the week. Might get mark of the week.
No, he's a gun, Eddie. Well done. Very creative, as you've described. It was a nicely positioned kick too, Lingy, wasn't it?
Yeah, just enough to his advantage.
Yep.
And see him go early and just turn the body. That is brilliant.
And the bruise on the backside as well.
Yeah.
You'd be feeling that a little bit because that took a nice old thumping there. Well done, Eddie Betts, and good use of the footy. Robert Finlay, one of the best bouncers in the business, gets it underway in the middle. Bryan, again, significant there. McGrath, Stringer, been really good in the middle. Got it off to Cox. Cox, little leading handball wide to Parrish. Parrish centering ball back inside to Smith. He could have gone. Goes back, and Paddy Dow behind play, I think. Parrish. Very wide to Stringer, sold the foot candy, winds up from 50 with a big arc. Jake Stringer delivers. Fans love it. And I think Dow coming from the ground, we'll check with Jimmy in a moment, but Jake Stringer is really looking alive and involved in the game. He's in the mid for the clearance action and then goes forward, and he looks very, very likely indeed. Stringer, good launch from 50.
Here's the head clash. Oh, Paddy Dow. It was an elbow to the eye socket, but he went down straight away. Brilliant by Stringer. He has looked sharp from the first moment of this game, and he's relishing that role, being a stoppage player at the centre bounce and then a forward half player, impact player.
The athleticism of Nick Bryan, he got it back, and well-placed kick. That's a confidence booster on debut. The 203-centimetre athlete Perkins has got Harry Jones, and if you barrack for the Bombers, Nick Bryan, Archie Perkins and Harry Jones, you've got to be excited about that, cameraman.
Absolutely, Das. We touched on it before the game, didn't we? Which supporter base is most excited about their 23 years of age and under players, and that little passage will certainly be getting Bombers fans
And as
very
a matter
excited.
of interest, which one did you decide on, Carlton or Essendon?
Right now, Essendon is my feel.
3 behinds on debut, Harry Jones. He kicked 3 goals in the preceding weeks after that. He loved it off the boot. Back-to-back goals for the Bombers.
acknowledging BT, the three outstanding Carlton ones of Walsh, Wiedering and Mackay. But as a whole group, Bombers fans have probably just got a little bit more reason to be excited right now.
I think the height they've got in their ones as well is pretty handy. Look at the elevation of Brian in the ruck there, Lingy. That was superb, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then great ball use. Perkins with the awareness to get it going quick. That lead there only opens up for a second or two, so you've got to get back, get it to him.
What are you seeing down there, Jimmy Bartell?
Both sides are probably thinking they got the matchups, but Carlton just their starting positions in their back six. They're getting caught out, playing a bit of man-on-man and zone. One or the other at the moment.
There we go again. Ryan, clean hands on it. Curnow, tackled by Parrish. Keeping in front, well done by Gibbons. Doherty, the back of the square to centre half for Cox. Just love the way that this guy can go left or right. No problems. Doesn't faze him at all. Wayne Carey would be loving watching a player like that. Snelling.
I think his way through this, Will Snelling. Actually called to play on. Plowman in front. Pretty clear run at that. Decided the conservative option.
Ed Curnow just following Zach Merritt around like David Teague said he would. Only the 4 disposals so far for Zach Merritt. Curnow working extremely hard.
Keep an eye on that matchup. Here they are on cue. There's a hard player to play on Curnow. Off the back of the head of Sam Walsh and Paddy Dow. Any idea what's happened down there, Jimmy?
They're just looking at his eye, as they'll do with head injuries. The doctor spent a lot of time looking at the replays just to make sure to tick off all the concussion protocols.
Keep an eye on the sub there, see if there's any action, Jimmy, because they're having a real good look, as you say. Walsh somehow got it away while being tackled. Gibbons, just a little soccer in favour, followed up the work here, and it was really well done by Cunningham. Kicks it straight down the throat of Cox, though. Had to wait a little while.
The way he's very comfortable standing underneath the high ball. He's got so many things we love, but he's brave as well. That's his non-preferred to Perkins. Now Zach Merritt, rare bit of space for him this afternoon. And look at the delivery. Peter Wright, McDonald Tipper, when he's out, got to get it to him. Tipper's away. You reckon he'd kick this every single time? And he has. Bollers gets 3 in a row. The Tipper's got a couple. Nice passage of play that was. 5 goals last week, 2 in the first quarter. Anthony McDonald, Tipper, Woody, and spoken a lot. When he kicks multiple goals, Essendon regularly win, and it's a good start.
Again, it's the ball use. It's really opening Carlton up at the moment. The play on to Merritt, handball receive and run from behind and changing the angles. And McDonald, Tip and Woody read it early, got forward early. Darsh, you called it. They just had to get it to him. On fire at the moment.
It's good to watch too, isn't it? Clean, skillful footy. Doctors look reasonably satisfied with Paddy Dow. What do you think, Jimmy? Okay. In a moment, Gibbons, Guelphy, Heppel, all involved in this contest. Ridley hovering over the top, will need to knock it out, he'll be in trouble. Paddy Dow, okay, Jimmy?
He's still sitting on the bench at the moment. He had a little bit of bleeding there, so they've patched that up, but see the eyes starting to swell. Decent shiner there.
Yeah.
It started quite brightly too, had the 5 disposals. They started him in the middle of the ground.
They're pitting it with the free here.
Not continuous, not continuous.
High tackle, said umpire Robert Finley. Gives it off to Sard. Sard on the run. Got the momentum. Launches from 51. That is a massive kick. Wow. Electric stuff. Look at the teammates get to him as well. Is that his first goal with Carlton? I think that is the reason why. And a ripper. The run, the awareness to give, and then the finish. Really impressive.
See the free kick there, just to the arm over the shoulder. Clearly there. And just this awareness. It was only a fraction of a second hesitation. I think it was from Dyson Heppel behind him. And Saad nailed it beautifully. That'd feel good against the old team.
Ramadan at the moment too, BT. So
Yeah.
Saad fast right throughout the day. We saw Bashahuli on Friday night have 30 disposals and kick a goal. He's also observing the Ramadan tradition. Fair effort, that is. Walsh just gets through tackles, the young man now, Darcy Parish. Eyes an option forward, Hooker with strength, got rid of Jones, falling over Parks. Cale Hooker on hands and knees. Perkins met solidly by Stocker. McDonald to Woody, third goal coming up, he's got it again. He's having a purple patch, the Waller. 8 goals in the last 5 quarters of AFL football. Great stuff.
Essendon fans, when Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti kicks 3 goals or more in a game of football. Well, he's got 3 already. Oh, beautiful tap.
Haven't had to wait long to find out when whether they're going to win or not, have they? Half a quarter. Oh, Bomber fans, get up and about. And I've got to say, the Blues with 4 goals, that's no ordinary effort either. And they've got a kick to go with this, called by umpire Ray Chamberlain off the footy here. So Walsh goes, takes them on through the middle of the ground with a high ball. Needs someone to get on the end of this, and Guelphy was brave backing back to mark overhead.
This has been a good quarter of footy. Both teams have been prepared to go quick, take the game on. And some brave efforts have been needed to stop it.
Nice hands, Harry Jones. He's in a really good marking formula in this game. Merritt out the back, Hooker, courage from Stocker. It was Stringer who cleaned him up. And a Carlton free kick. Jake's going off his head, but the umpire, I think, correctly saying you might have aimed your intention at the body. What do you make of that, Lingy?
Well, Stocker had no eyes for the ball.
When you've got someone coming back at you and you're the player who's intending to take the mark, you've got to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't reckon either of them had eyes for the ball in the end. So let's play on. Heppel, Hooker, Curnow. Little grubber along the ground. Needs to work hard, Fogarty. Scrap there, and we'll have the ball up 60 metres out from the Bomber punt road goal.
Essendon.
See, there's a lot to like about the Bomber Youngs. Ben Ratton would be wrapped, and Jones, and Cox, and these guys just look so lively and likely and light-footed. Here's Stringer. And no push there after the attempted mark, and he has a real good look at the umpire and then looks up at the big screen as well, and a little unlucky.
He's still arguing the point down there, Jakey Stringer. Great contest, this one. As Lingy said, both sides hard at it. Parish tried to crash his way through. Wiedering wrapped up by the big man, 2-metre Peter.
Let it go.
Barring something untoward, there won't be any further scoring in this first quarter. Siren about to sound. Saad off the ground. And an entertaining, compelling first quarter at the MCG. The 250th meeting of these two proud clubs in VFL AFL history. They've had some magic moments over the journey, and we feel like we've got another cracker here this afternoon. At quarter time, it's the Bombers by 14 points at the MCG.
Man there, the package is back. I think he's back in the mail, Das.
And that's a good thing. Yep. So having him fit and firing, and He's exciting. You need players playing the game the way he does. He looks powerful again. Pitternet, Nick Bryan. The athleticism of Bryan, one out. Cripps. The gun floats one. Half forward, awkward one to mark. McGovern. Jordan Ridley picked it up and squeezed the handball. Direction of Cottrell. Here's Walsh. Something good always happens when Sam Walsh touches the ball. Back to Cunningham. In the direction of Kaz Bolt. Mackay hasn't really had many opportunities at all. Merritt back there with a defensive ball, but only as far as Doherty.
Good mark, Doherty, under some pressure. But Cripps on the outside. Doherty told to go. Does now inside. Here comes Casbolt. Very firmly and aggressively Hind. Quick flick of the handball out wide to Heppel. He's looking for Hooker, punched away by him, and Cox taken over the boundary line. Dyson Heppel in his 177th game, the same as David Shaw, the former president, who I believe is your father-in-law, Das, is that right?
He certainly is, David Shaw, and he's fit, healthy. He's almost Tommy Hafey-like, I've described him as.
Great Essendon man.
Yep, two-time premiership player.
Petrevski-Seaton warming up there, as well as the medical sub, as Cunningham forges forward with a footy and just offline to the right-hand side for Cunningham.
Jordan Ridley, one of the best and fairest, played every game last year. Turned into a very fine player. Great intercept marker, doing the full-back kicking duties as well.
Play on!
Right over the top. Immediately tackled Snelling. So this will be interesting. Paddy Dow and Sam Petrevski-Seaton. That's like a boxer who's got a nasty punch in the head, isn't it? I hope there's not a fracture or something to deal with there, but Jimmy Bartell will update us on that. Cripps didn't see Dev Smith from behind. Very rarely gets caught. Chance for Darcy Parish. McGrath. Nunes gave chase. Brilliant tackle. Liam Jones. The initial tackle was okay. The free kick, I thought he held on a little bit too long, so not too much argument from Jones. That was a clever kick. Understood the mismatch was on there.
Yeah, he knew Jones was on the mark. So he just had to find where Carl Hooker was, knowing that he probably had the advantage over someone, and it was Ed Curnow. Good clever kick. With you though, Darcy, I thought that tackle looked okay, but maybe it just went on a fraction too long.
Great start in the UK. Hooker 16 goals. He was goalless for the first time last week. Just got 2 behinds. This will take his absolute best. Deep in the right forward pocket. Regulation dropped punt offline.
What about that whack in the eye for Dowling? Have you ever had something like that? How difficult with one eye shut is it to play?
Well, one as bad as that, unfortunately, I didn't come back on. Fractured cheek and eye socket and all that, but it would be extremely hard, to judge everything, to have the confidence to go back in, and if it closes over completely,
Great
just
shot.
to have that awareness.
Great shot of the Doc, still checking him out there. Plowman, Walsh, combining. Cottrell. Walsh, bit of a free passage there, attacking the footy was Heppel. Did well, read it nicely. Got it off to Cox. Neat little ball over the top. Got the loose one if they want to keep going here. Snelling, little handball to Hind. Hind back inside. Smith should mark. Plowman's there as well. Well done, Plowman. A good effort, but Smith outmarks him. And there it is, the damage that's done.
The Carlton defence just got lost then. Devon Smith floated into that part of 50 all alone and had heaps of time to take that mark. They desperately tried to close it down, but it was too late. And I think the Carlton defenders at the moment now just on the back foot, retreating a little bit because they know that ball movement is so fast from the Bombers.
Great look over the shoulder from Devon Smith. Ride this one all the way home, Bomber fans. It looks like it's there. It is. Beautiful kick. It's nice, an angle like that where you get right behind the player, and he just perfected where to start that foot. He drew it back with his little mini hook very nicely indeed. Well done to Dev Smith.
Paddy Dow back on the field for the Blues, so he's been all clear. The eye's starting to settle down enough for him to be able to see what he's doing.
I recall you had an eye damage similar to that, Jimmy. Was that right?
Yeah, copped a stray elbow, but you just got to fight through it sometimes. But now they're so concerned about concussion and checking everything off. So that was what took the length of time there for Carlton.
We had a 15-minute spell. Paddy Dow, the medical staff, are the best in the business. In our game, we're very fortunate. Didn't take any risks at all. Heppel released the handball nicely. It was really to Laverty, and Sard dropped it, but had enough composure to go back and get it. McGovern now, out the back's Casbob. He honours the lead from Mackay. Beautiful take of a half volley, superb pick-up, Cunningham, but well done Mackay. When you're that big, that's not where you want the footy. And it's a great sign for me that Harry Mackay has got that sort of touch below his knees. Beautiful take.
Clean, wasn't it?
No, it was a ripper. A ripper for a big man. Cunningham getting amongst it as well. He's had 11 touches of the footy so far. He's burnt it a little bit by foot, just 50% kicking efficiency.
It really is remarkable, some of the players playing AFL now with their height. That's 204 centimetres, Harry Mackay. Down low, quick hands to give that one off. We've marvelled at Cox coming in for the Bombers, 200 centimetres, might end up an inside midfielder. Just seeing players get taller and taller, but more and more athletic.
Yeah.
200 odd centimetres used to be just a bit, had to be a big lumbering ruckman. Now they're getting around the ground unbelievably well.
Happening in other sports, of course, been happening in basketball for a long time. You look at someone like Joe Ingles, Jones, 6'8", 6'6" point guard. Little handball out from Owies. Carlton go forward again, this time from a little direction of Laverty. Little chipper back inside to Bryan. Nick Bryan, game one for him, has acquitted himself very nicely to Redmond.
So Nick Bryan getting involved in the ball movement there. Just playing his role nicely on debut. 50.
Grab a landmark. 10 metres short, get to the goal square.
Standing the man on the mark rule, Petrevski's seat as looks like he's coming on. Paddy Dow has given it a go. He might be coming off. The medical sub activated, we think. We'll chat to Jimmy Bartell in a minute. Here's Darcy Parish. High ball. That'll take some marking. Harry Jones. Well, they look at each other. Pitternet, Liam Jones. They're asking questions, but the answer is that man was too good.
Stood under it beautifully. It was the high ball, and Carlton really should have got a fist on this. Have a look at the replay. They've got enough back there. And that's him just standing up strong. Harry Jones. Disappointed that Carlton defensive group. And they look at each other straight away. What happened? Harry Jones was too good.
Just his 7th game of AFL football. High hopes for Bomber fans for this young man. Really well struck. And he slides it through. Harrison Jones has got a couple, and that just fills you with confidence. Big pack marks for a young man. Marching back out to 20 points.
Got some good help from that man there, Hooker as well, Das. Hooker engaged Liam Jones so that he couldn't be that third man up in the contest there. Just enough to allow free passage for young Jones.
Well, Carlton have activated the sub in Petrevski-Seton. They tried Paddy Dow. He had a run on the field, but it was just too difficult for him to see out of that right eye, and hurt on the side of caution, as we touched on before.
So, Jimmy, with that, he would have got the concussion all clear, I'd imagine, to be allowed back on the ground, but obviously major concerns, perhaps about a fracture, or, as Jimmy just said, his ability to see the ball and see the opposition players.
Has to sit in the back row as well, Paddy Dow, once you are subbed out. Mandatory that you've got to sit in the back row.
Is that right, Beats?
Yep, so everyone knows what's going on and who's still in the game. Here's Parish from centre of the ground, looking for a ball into right. He muscled and bustled his way forward. beat Wiedering, but in the end dropped a testy. Really should have hung on to that. Brian looking to trap the footy. Now he's got to spin out of it. A double tackle. Took two to have a crack at him. Parrish there as well. Mackay, little handball to Gibbons, clever knockdown, they move it forward. Fogarty got boot on ball. Here's Owies again, tackled by Stringer. Cunningham arrives, couldn't do anything with it. Redmond, Stringer's hands were super duper quick. Got it on there to McGrath, to Ham, now Heppel, bouncing run through the middle of the ground. Good ball, Cox on the lead. Exciting build up, knocked away by the Blues. Can they capitalise here? Snelling back to Cox, little spinning pirouette to Jones and couldn't quite get hold of it.
Parks did nicely there for the Carlton defence to Doherty. Overlap run provided, ends up with Curnow. Puts it down the line, Casbolt, Ridley launched high from behind, staying down, Eddie Betts. He loves his situation. He's got something special, has he, Eddie? In the end, Ridley was able to get back. He would have had some nervous moments. Reverting. Sends it down the line. Good touch, Jones. Mark, free kick.
Sure.
He's really going well.
This is one of the young guns you're talking about, Lingy. It's wiry and tall, and how good are these guys going to be in a couple of years? They're already good now. Jones on the head of Stringer there, punched away. Went and got her, I think it was Doherty underneath all of that. Hit net, little handball. McDonald tipping Woody. Wright needs to get rid of it. Fogarty took it off him in the end. Muscled it out there. And Carlton get the play on call here. Redmond up. Couldn't quite win it in the air. Guelphy's got to go back to the centre. Mackay overran the footy. Picked up a little handball here to Merritt. Merritt neat ball out wide to Perkins. Perkins can run and go all the way. 45 and closing. Missed.
Still looking for his first AFL goal, Archie Perkins.
Bombers physio is just having a quick look at Nick Bryan. Rolled over on his ankle, so they're looking to re-strap him and get him back out there.
Thanks, Jimmy. The hands of Sam Walsh, which 30 disposals a game. So far, season 2021, he's a remarkable record. He's had coaches' votes in an amazing number of games. 21 of his first 45 career games. The coaches have had him in the best players. Long and down the line. McGovern well placed. Good hands in front of Guelphy. Quick movement to Cunningham. Gibbons wanted the handball. Mackay offered a lead. Ignored. Casbolt from the side. Eddie's lurking. Fisted away by McGrath. Here's Mackay. Flicked it off to Eddie. Eddie McGrath backed into it. Curnow got hold of him. And this won't be the worst setup for Carlton. Just a little bit of time inside their forward 50. There's Nick Bryan.
You've just got to be able to lock it in now, Gus, to stop that Essendon ball movement.
Kay and Rod just assessing the situation there.
Looks like just a retape to me, Jimmy. Is it a retape on Bryan down there?
Yeah, he just came off complaining. He went over on the outside of it. The physios just wanted to strap it up and give it a bit more support.
Okay. Physio's pretty good to do all this under pressure. Get it to stick with sweaty skin. Wright took it out of the ruck. Merritt. McGrath. Little dribbler. Jones. Oh, beautiful pickup. Didn't have time to get rid of it. Got pinged, in fact. Razors right on the spot there. Free to the Blues. Parks. And he does just that. Carlton players got confused over who would go and who wouldn't. Doherty in the end spearing ball and finds Owies. So Owies, he hasn't kicked a career goal either, so he lines up for his first. Good, comfortable range for him, man on the marks at 40 or so.
Clever kick by Doherty. He's always been a good ball user. There were numbers back. If he'd gone long again, it would have just been a big mass of players, and Essendon probably spoil it. Just hit up the short target. It's what you have to do when the opposition's got a heap of numbers behind the ball. Get the mark on about 40 out.
2 weeks ago, 4 goals in the VFL. Last week, 3 behinds. Here he comes for his first goal. Owies kicks his first in footy. And more than that, well, it's always great to have a first goal. The Blues were in desperate need of a major there, and it's come at a very good time. So a big-time goal there from the young player who's done well in the last couple of weeks at the VFL level and gets them back within 15 points.
Oh, I love that, Matto. His first goal in the big time. And that's a nice moment, isn't it? As BT just said, they needed it desperately. The Blues will come at a better time. Still a lot of time left in this second term. Casbolt. Double-fisted punch down. Ground ball to be one. Merritt decided off the ground and ended up in the direction of Paddy Cripps.
Carlton.
Walsh took on the tackler now. The umpire encouraged the advantage. Walsh took it in fairness, and this is a big turnover. Nick Hines streaming through the corridor back to McGrath. Back to Merritt. Now Dyson Hempel all on his own out there. Lobs it in the direction of right, smacks straight into the face of Nick Cox. And Falcon sharing with a bit of a smile on his face.
Brilliant awareness by Zach Merritt then. Everyone thought that the play was going to stop. Walsh knew he wanted to take the advantage. Zach Merritt was aware of it, chased him down, nailed the tackle. Terrific play.
Well, Tipper Woody was on the run at that stoppage as well. He's been left out of this a little bit, even though he's kicked 3 goals. Here they go, Hind. Donald Tippenwoody, they've got a 2-on-1 here. If Jones can knock this his way, he's away. Beautiful pickup. Intelligent play from Jones. Tried a bit of foot candy. Got clobbered by Cunningham. Cunningham says, don't you ever do that to me again. Or was it Parks? It was Parks that clobbered him.
I'm through.
He sold some very, very nice foot candy. Came back for a second sail and no go.
Great call, BT. He's a hard nut, Parks. He likes getting involved, and here comes Sarge streaming through the ground. You can predict the response from the Bombers fans. Eddie Betts is all out the back. Oh, how did he get on his own, Eddie? He's dropped it just for a little bit of showtime. Eddie picks it up and has nailed it. Pushing the back. The goal will count anyway.
Pushing the back. Free kick, but a score review.
I believe it's a goal. Can you check if the ball at the post?
Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Please make sure it hits the post.
Review underway.
And if it's a behind, it's going to be a free kick because he was pushed in the back after he kicked. Eddie.
So we might go to the edge here potentially.
Come here.
Looks to be a little bit of daylight there.
I'll play to push, so it's going to be a free kick if it's not a goal.
The outside of the post.
I'm not going to play it again. I'm not going to play it again.
Hard to tell from that angle, isn't it, Lingy?
That's an interesting point, isn't it? Has it actually gone through for a behind?
Yeah, I think that's gone through the points anyway.
Don't go too far.
Or am I seeing things, Dars?
That's the goals, isn't it? The one in the middle.
Review complete. Looking at these angles, there is no deviation as the ball passes the post and no spike on edge. Decision on scoreboard.
So we think that's the other side of the post potentially, but do you? Well, I don't know. It's a goal. Eddie's going to take it.
Well, they didn't even mention that, so it's a very good point.
I could be confused, Brian.
It's hard to know which angle's where when it's so close up, Lingy. I get the drift. But the way I read it, it was okay, but you've got me worried. And Eddie's looking a little
perplexed.
Yeah. Well, we're not sure. This was a great tackle, but this was a result at the other end. Now, Bet, does it go on the right side of the goalpost? First of all, let's look at that. And yes, it does. So that's clear. So the umpires have made the call. No touch post. So
it's all right, BT. I'm just seeing things. Right decision made then.
You had me worried. You had me really worried. Stringer, pulsating football that he's playing out of the guts today. Seems to have a different little role there, Snelling. That's off the side of the boot and a little ugly. Perkins goes up and makes sure it comes to ground, though. Good play by him. Cripps was moved off the footy. Well done in there by McGrath. Muscled the ball out. Spun in and out of trouble there, Ham. Got rid of it. Snelling there as well, Perkins. So is Cottrell. Ball's pinging around. No one with clean possession. Walsh has nailed it, a two-arm chicken tackle. It was a two-arm chicken tackle. One on each side. Smith's got the free and the Bombers on the attack.
Beautifully executed tackle. And Devon Smith wanted Jake Stringer, but young man Matt Cottrell got back. 7.5 minutes until half-time. Edged underneath at Casbolt, but Eddie, who's already got a couple, called to play on. It's Cunningham long down the line, presents nicely at it. Here's Walsh. Thought about taking on the young ruckman, Brian. Gibbons, first to recover. Centering kick. Auckland won a mark from McGovern. Ricochets back. What can Eddie do? Boot to ball. Pittner, the big man, just tried to muscle it through. And Laverty, Hyde and Guelphy combined.
Oh, good stuff, Das. Hine again. Kept it in play dangerously. Almost threw it to Heppel. When are they going to get a cooling kick? And Langford says, let's all draw our collective breath and just have a look at things.
And I sense, and Langford's done the right thing here, BT, but I sense a lot of them don't want the cooling kick. They're happy to keep throwing it around and play with that energy.
I tell you who is loving it. The crowd here are loving the honesty in which both teams are attacking at the moment. Doherty, take note everyone. Casbolt, little one around the corner. McGovern found some space, Merritt annoyed. And McGovern gets a look from a deep angle in the Dom Sheed pocket.
And Guelphy having a nice little debate out there, BT, around who was in the wrong spot, who was in the right spot.
And Guelphy not exactly going over to take the man on the mark. It's interesting they've gone with the smallest man on the mark. So McGovern, just his third game of the year. Deep angle, got it working back a little, across the face, out of bounds, so that'll be on the full. It's a real intriguing, interesting, and at times highly skilled game. Enjoying it thoroughly. Hope you are at home as well.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? Both sides taking every opportunity to attack. Now Redmond down the line. Liam Jones launched. Hooker held his ground. Parks.
Carlton.
Free kick coming back to Parks. Woody and Walsh exchange pleasantries. Sard, he looked at Snelling and said, I can get around you if I want. High ball. Heppel. Oh, well played. Curnow got through heavy traffic and he's pulled that way across the face, out of bounds.
What do you reckon David Teague would be thinking right now, Lingy?
I think he'd be pleased with certain aspects of what they're doing. It's just, once they do win the ball, BT, they're letting themselves down.
Umpire's ball is one behind. Please make sure it went this side of the behind post.
Check this one. Just got to fix
Review
up their
underway.
ball use, BT. They're going at 54% by foot.
Which side of the post, Lingy?
Don't ask me at the moment, Dars. I'm saying that's a...
Looks like it's a point, doesn't it? On the shot on the left. I don't know. How do you tell? It's impossible.
I'm going to need my protractor, my compass.
Review complete. Looking at these angles, we can see the ball passes on the inside of the behind post. Decision on scoreboard.
I'll tell you this thing about the man in the arc. He's got an incredible eye. He can things.
He's good.
He can see things that we think we can see. He's good. We're enjoying this. Redmond still got over 5 minutes to play here. Cox getting the free here.
Stand, thank you.
It went down a little too willingly. We had Darryl here today, of course, who played for Fitzroy, Melbourne and Brisbane, 30 games there. Mum Julie, one of the leading makeup artists in town. Sister Montana, one of the best models in the world.
Play on.
High achievers, the families. These days, Perkins, I think it is, sends it long, forward bound, and nice mark taken by the centre back in Wiedering.
Did it really well to Doherty, Paddy Cripps, good effort from Ridley. Found a way to bring that to ground. It was Not an easy thing to do with Paddy Cripps. Cunningham coming through Doherty. Might have been tackled without possession. And the umpire sees it that way. Sam Doherty. Incredible return, Lee. 2 knee reconstructions. He's come back from that. Hasn't missed a beat, Sam Doherty.
Yeah, and a terrific leader as well. We saw when he was off doing that assistant coaching type role from the bench, supporting his team, and all reports from within Carlton, his leadership on the field is like having another coach out there.
Hit net, hooked it back into play, sensing that it was going to go out of bounds. Brian. Nice ball it was. I'm not sure it was deliberate, but well done, Hooker. On the wing, slowing things down. Players' endurance just being tested a little here. Both these sides have run and run from end to end and side to side for the entire game so far. Wealthy wide. Stewart. Stewart, neat little ball forward to an unmanned Redmond. He's able to run. Betts gives chase. Got to cut through the pigeons. There's Redmond. High ball. Stringer's got to sit at the back here. Didn't get the jump. Not sure why. McDonald tipping Woody tries to keep it alive. Hits the post. I wonder why Stringer didn't jump then. He had no opponent on him. Whether he just misjudged or mistimed his run.
Keep your eye on him around this boundary throwing, though. He likes to hit the ball at speed. Hooker, McDonald, Tippin, Woody, but Walsh. Superbly done again. McGovern and Ridley. Mackay, just his 5th touch of the footy. Fogarty into open space. Gibbons and a one-on-one with Hine. This is going to be interesting. Good bounce for the little man Gibbons. Hine got back. Didn't give away the free kick. And a big win for Nick Hine to Nick Bryan, who's having a fantastic start to his career. Nick Bryan.
Nice when your first game, 200+ centimetre ruckman can work that hard to be the outlet kick.
And then kick it to a 200 centimetre plus wingman. That's the modern game right there.
Yeah, it certainly is. And then got it to another one who's pushing up to the 200 mark. I don't know how tall he is, Lingy, but he looks lean and long and thin and high.
196.
So he's pushing there. When he finishes growing, he'll be 200. High ball on the head of Stringer. They come, Wiedering again across the face. Crumbed his own ball. Nice smother by Devon Smith. Tried to keep it alive. Saad chopped it off. Low penetrating, attacking footy to Cripps. Cripps can go. He's got an overlap runner. Why are you standing? Keep going.
That's called 50 BT. That's the one that frustrates fans, though.
Against Cox, was it?
Yeah, on the outside, the boundary side, protected zone. Didn't influence the play at all. But that's what it was called for. We'll see it again soon on the replay. He was in the protected zone. He had no bearing on that play at all. Watch here on the outside. That's what it was called for, Cox.
Okay. Protected area breach. So now Cripps with this kick here. They're down 8 points, the Blues. This will really excite the Carlton fans today. 40 metres out, directly in front. Good kick. That's a goal. It's got to be. No, post. Quick to the post. 1:34.5 remaining.
The play on the birdie. That's a free kick.
Push. Essendon, push. Stay here.
Umpire Ray Chamberlain right on the spot.
Oi, my bad.
Kyle Langford now on his defensive 50. What about the transfer of play? Now long down the line, Jones. Picked up by Cripps. Here's Walsh. Great chase down pressure. It affected the kick. Can Nunes get back onto it? Redmond. He overplayed it. And Ray wasn't going to buy it. Here's Curnow. Open goal square. Curnow on the half-time side. Almost. He's got a big goal. That's huge. Back to within a point under a minute in the first half. And Ed Curnow, who we think's had the majority of the game on Zach Jones, and is a midfielder who used to love kicking goals, thinking when he had a roll, he'd be pretty happy with that, Ed Curnow.
Always nice job, and a good midfielder. Have a look again here. Was this a free kick? It was called for overplaying it, I think was the call from Chamberlain. Redmond, yeah. Essendon fans weren't happy. So a little pull. He certainly was making sure the umpire saw it. Great finish by Ed Curnow. Job on Zach Merritt.
That bounce could have almost been the call, but the umpire deemed that both ruckmen still had a chance. Stringer, there's a player down in the middle as well. Is that Walsh? High ball on the head here. Petrevsky seating there, picked up beautifully by Smith. Handball back to Merritt. Bearing down on him is Cunningham, not before he got the kick away to Hook. Couldn't mark. Keeps it alive though. Snelling, no. Goes over the line, out of bounds.
Thank you. Ruckman, thank you, Kyle.
Frustration.
Thanks,
Kyle
mate.
Hook there. He felt like he had everything apart from the ball in his hands. So can they manufacture a late goal here, the Bombers? But an outstanding first half from both teams. Devon Smith, clever player. Cunningham read it well and chopped off the handball.
Smith there, so we're down to the last 24 seconds here. Bombers really pushing up. Want to have this right in their forward end. Picked up here by Snelling, caught in the tackle, ball knocked out in the tackle. Adjudicates the umpire. Little one here from Perkins. Got it to Langford. Right foot around the corner, high footy. And I think that'll be the last scoring shot of the quarter. As the siren will sound with 3 seconds to go here. Sard will take a long time to put the footy back into play, but the message has already gone and been delivered. Paddy Towell has been subbed out of this game. If you've just joined us, it's been a fantastic game of high skill and lots of scoring. The Bombers just getting the job done. Stay with us. This is going to go to the wire. Two teams really fighting for it. Both want their third win. And at half-time, it is Essendon 8-7-55 to the Blues 8-5-53.
Tidy up their ball use, their kicking efficiency hasn't been great. The signs are there, they can do something special in the second half. Essendon, they've been electric when they've moved the ball forward. It should be a ripping second half of footy at the MCG. Looking forward to it.
Both Carlton and Essendon searching for their third win of the year. Nick Bryan's been impressive. Well done, Pitternet on that occasion. Stringer kicked it into the back of Pitternet. And now Walsh and Merritt have had some good one-on-one battles at times. Cottrell well tackled. Zach Merritt.
The ball up here.
Petrevsky-Seaton started forward, then just drifted up to this stoppage, trying to get around the ball.
Here's the sub that's been activated for Paddy Dow. Got a clip in the eye. Bryan again releases Cottrell. Guelphy. Done some courageous things today. Handball to Cox, caught with the footy, managed to get boot to ball. Bryan just watching Sard come at it. Flicked it out, McGrath around the corner from the wing. This is a good ball to Hooker. He's got good hands in front of Jones. Wanted to play on when with the left footer. Good ball to right, couldn't get down to pick it up. And now the Blues trying to organise. That was Doherty then. Little handball comes to Wiedering. Tip and Woody applying lots of pressure, and it works for the Blues with Ed Curnow.
Sees a target he likes through the corridor. It's Jack Nunes. A hard run provided by Walsh. It's a Stocker. Down the line. And can't keep it in. So just the reset here, Lingy.
Sorry, Dust. The kick-in board from Curnow was perfect to Nunes, but then to go outside, outside, outside with the next few possessions, just give Carlton no options from there.
You could see Walsh thinking, I don't need to give it outside to Stocker. I want to kick it, but I'm doing the team thing, you know?
Yeah.
I agree, Lingy. It was more of a selfless thing than a perhaps we need to do this.
Yeah, an opportunity to keep it inside the corridor and open up a few more options to them.
Stand, play on.
Cripps speaking about the corridor and inside. Didn't see Wright coming, got rid of it in the nick of time. High ball, Mackay strong against Stewart.
So that just highlights the weapon that Adam Sard has, though. The penetration of his kick then. just cleared
Hold on, please. Out, Cam.
the mess of players and got it through to Mackay in a one-on-one. Allowed him to go to work. Great kick by Sard.
Going to go around the corner. Ray's cleared them all out. Big powerful whistle, and now Mackay around the corner kicks the goal. So he's got one as well. Gets his first. Carlton in front by 4 points. Kicked the last 4 goals of the game here, the Blues. In fact, 5 of the last 6 goals they've kicked, so they've owned this period. And they lead it by 4 points.
Jack Newnes got the champ there from up by Ray Chamberlain. Down the way, champ, he said.
Let's watch the kick here from Sard. So penetrating. It gets over all those Essendon numbers. Ridley turns around and realises he misjudged that and wasn't able to help out on Mackay. Such was the power of the Sard kick, and good grab by Mackay, coming second in the Coleman medal right now, having a terrific season up forward for the Blues.
First one-on-one chance he's had, Harry Mackay, and he was too good on that occasion. Look at Stringer. Just flung it forward. McDonald, Tippin, Woody, well tackled. Stockton did a good job. Ham, can he get through? Back there, Cottrell just dumps it almost blindly. Nick Bryan put a nice shepherd on for Heppel. Looking for Cale Hooker down there. Jones, powerful fist away. Andy McGrath, and reading it pretty well. Jack Newnes on the last line of defence.
So the Blues have kicked the last 4 of the game. They lead it by less than a goal. Got their tails up here at the moment. It looks like it's continuing here in the second half. Ed Curnow, terrific. Petrevski, Seaton. They combine again to do it effectively to Casbolt. Comes inside here to McGovern. Gets it on the half volley. Walsh. Little kick out in front. Superb. Good finish. And this is Owies. And they are going to make it 5 in a row here, the Blues. And they're going to lead it by 10. So Owies.
Find where you are. 15 gone.
Already has 1. His first goal in the big time in the second quarter. And here he is from about 20 metres out to excite the Blue fans. Owies, no problems. They go up as 1. Carlton by 10. So Owies kicks his second. And doing a good job and a big smile, and why not? But the big men all got involved. The forward end on that occasion. And all of a sudden, the Essendon big men can't get their hands on it at their forward end.
Sam Walsh is just the middle of your screen right there. It's not hard running, it's not running out of control and bursting down, it's just clever running. Crossing the lines, just drifting through the corridor there, was in space the whole time, was an option the first time, didn't get it, followed up, got the handball receive, and he's the one who delivered it to Owies. We continue to marvel at Sam Walsh. From day one, he's just been a wonderful player, and he's just getting better and better for the Blues.
Yeah, leading possession, gather on the ground. Again, Sam Walsh with 18, Heppel next best at 17.
Thank you.
Led by 21 points at one stage in this game, and now they trail by 10. Pitnet, Stringer, there's Walsh. Doing the tough stuff as well.
The thing with Walsh, Darce, and Lingy's like, you wonder when the improvement's going to end. It's still coming, and he's already the best at the club. Langford. Parrish.
Yo!
Donald Tippin, Woody underneath, and Hooker. So Hooker creating just that metre or so separation with he and Jones. Jones couldn't quite reach the fist then. It was late arriving, and Hooker's such a big man. 30-metre kick here. There's the task. No problems. Bombers peg it back to 4. Bombers get their first goal since the 8-minute mark on the second quarter. And keep the Blues in check here. 4 points adrift.
The challenge got thrown back to the Bombers here with a bit of momentum going Carlton's way. Important couple of footies to win there by Perkins and Langford, and then Darcy Parish. It's a nice kick to your key forward. That's all they want, just a bit to your advantage. Let them run and jump at it. Good answer.
Bombers have had 4 zip and clearances this quarter. And they're going to get a 5th here with McGrath outside of the boot. Carl Hooker coming at it. Timely fist from Jones. Ricochet back 30 metres. Stringer went without it. Here's Petrescu's seat. Oh, smothered nicely, Langford. Did well to get it back. Samo Petrescu Seaton to Nunes. Casbowl back with a fly. Gibbons releases it. Fogarty's got the goal square open and he took advantage of it. Lockie Fogarty. Nice reply for the Blues. And they go to Gibbons, who put on a really good block. Great game at the G. Goal for goal. Till the big Melbourne clubs juking it out.
A little bit of class in this finish from Fogarty as well, Lingy.
Yeah, certainly was. Important by Gibbons, you're right, getting to him, but that's composure there. Just on the run, knows it's a big moment. Essendon have just answered. Keep the momentum going Carlton's way.
Terrific contest.
Couldn't quite lock away his spot in the team for the Cats in the last couple of years. Wanted the fresh opportunity, and he's taking it.
Essendon! Man, Essendon. Stand there, Levi.
Good ball from umpire Robert Finlay. Brian immediately dishes off to Parish. Parish in search of Jones. Both hands on it. Smith front and centre. Plowman caught with the footy. Hooker's got him wrapped up. You happy with proceedings down there, Jimmy, or something you see that you don't like?
No, I think both sides are trying to beat the other side on transition and turnover. Essendon doing it through marking. Carlton trying to run and overlap.
Here's Devon Smith. Back to McGrath. Hooks it around the corner. Harry Jones. He's having a breakout game. Such a good sign, isn't it? Young man to mark it that well in a contest.
Yeah, got an outstanding pair of hands, but his body positioning's the one. Das, I know a couple of good friends of ours, Matty Richardson and Wayne Carey, would be very excited with the way that he positions himself in the marking contest, takes it at its highest point, controls his body.
So a big moment coming up. Harrison Jones. He's got 3 in the afternoon. And the Bombers hit back immediately. Essendon fans out of their chairs here at the MCG. Stunning afternoon. Great to see a big full house in at the G, and he'll take huge amounts of confidence out of his afternoon so far, Harry Jones.
Good grab from Jones.
He stays in motion there, moving, and then turning his body at the right time. Pick the flight of the ball up really early. That's a good mark.
One of these teams is going to join 5 other teams on 3 wins. Think of the derby that's being played right now, Lingy. Not a person inside over there spectating. Have a look at this here today. Watching this wonderful game by 2 of the former powerhouses. Let's see whether they continue to be. McGrath out of the middle. Bombers looking to edge their way in front with the next goal. wide, and they'll get a stoppage inside their 50.
Levi, thank you, mate. Essendon ruck. Essendon ruck. Kale Hooker. Kale, thank you, Kale.
By Ray just sorting things out. Hooker late on the scene. Darcy Parish. 42-possession, 2-goal game on Anzac Day last week. Hooker followed up nicely. Merritt's a clever player. Harry Jones, has he got goal number 4? Or has he got a Tipper Woody? I think Tipper got it. He's got 4. So 4 goals, Anthony McDonald, Tipper Woody. The Bombers get the lead back. Back-to-back goals. Talk us through this one, Lingy.
Just surge footy, kept it in front. Carl Hooker important, just keeping it in front, A little opportunist goal from McDonald. Tipper Woody, 9-0 clearances this quarter. Essendon's way. That's what's keeping them going.
Big body of Hooker was helpful then, wasn't it, clearing the passage?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, good surging footy here from the Bombers. Jones with a little touch, almost. Oh, I'm not sure whether it was deliberate, but put it in the path of McDonald, Tipper Woody. So 22 goals kicked already in this one. 6 lead changes to go with those 22 goals. Cox, Saad, Curnow and Cottrell all combining for a powerful exit outside 50. Walsh back to Cottrell. This kick needs to hit, and it didn't. Hind was able to rip it out of the air in front of Cunningham.
Hind was really recruited as the replacement for Saad, who played that running half-back role. It's really impressive, Nick Hind. Now McGrath. Bombers have got a bit of momentum in this game. All of a sudden, Casbolt, you know how strong those hands are. It's just a good ball through to Doherty. Plowman almost wanted to press pause, but they're going to get going. I don't think they know any other way, these two teams. It's brilliant. They just get it rolling forward. Parks, awkward one to mark. Mackay did well. Gibbons at ground level. Bradenham. No quiet opportunity there.
Good call, Das, on Harry Mackay there.
Ruckman.
He was out of position. The kick wasn't perfect to him, but he still got there to bring that to ground. Didn't allow an intercept mark.
Love seeing the odd chaos ball go forward.
Play on.
Cox, Fogarty there. Whipped away by Laverde to the skipper and Heppel. There's Perkins and Saad battling at it. Perkins did well. Listen to the chair here. Can take a bounce. Scoots away. G can get an escort down the ground. Now Snelling back inside to Hooker. He realised he hasn't got the legs to go with these young guns. Back to Perkins. Inspirational play for the Bombers. Perkins sprays the shot. Ben Rutten thinking to himself, that was pretty good.
How exciting is that? Just to see a young man, Archie Perkins, on this big stage, putting their head down and just taking the game on. It's brilliant. It's end-to-end stuff at the MCG at the moment. Now the Blues on the rebound. Cunningham, that was a beautiful kick from Wiedering. Paddy Cripps, where's Mackay? Gibbons out the back. Redmond, oh, he had the mark. He had to take it off him by Stewart. It's all happening here.
Second touch from James. Thank you. Ruckman, thank you. Come out the back here.
Very clear and concise. Razor Ray Chamberlain. Right. Walsh. Little boot on ball. Stewart in real trouble. Needs help. Laverde caught. Realised he had no one. Hesitated with the footy. And he got a handball, said Ray.
Ruckman.
A little flicky handball.
Thank you.
But was it deliberate? There it is there. Let's see. Oh, he's under a fair amount of pressure. Tried to help parallel in my book. Casbolt just bowls the man over. Got the handball back to Cunningham. Cunningham to Noons. Took a bit of a step. They come at him. Good tackle here for the Bombers. Hind did a great job.
That's a high-class tackle, that. Tried to step in and just pinned the arm. Nailed him. Great play, under pressure.
Play on.
Yeah, big moment. Kind. Cleaned up as he handled it. Ray right there. not concerned about it. He just said, keep playing, young man. Easy for you to say, Ray. Here's Sard. Cripps wanted to get it back to him. Look at the leg speed. Sard, he took on the young gun Perkins. Floats it forward. Big effort. Owies has taken a strong mark. 50 and 50
against Hine.
So Matt Owies, who hadn't kicked an AFL goal prior to this big game, will get his third. Picked up as a rookie in 2019. His only game was round 16 last year against the Sydney Swans. Matt Owies has got 3 goals. And she's on again here. And they're coming from everywhere. It's an all-inner here, Bristle.
Yep.
Look at them over the fence. They're spreading down from the back end. Up by Desper, McGovern and Hine going at it all of a sudden, Bristle.
They are. They've got a couple in there. The heads get involved. They come together as well. Interesting stuff. Very close to the supporters as well.
Let's go.
Niggle plus skill is good.
This is where it all started. It was that bump. That was McGovern on Hine. Ray Chamberlain just said, get up, keep playing. Then that was paid. Hine gave Chamberlain a spray. That's what caused the 50. And then it all started again. And Hine and Mitch McGovern certainly got involved.
Redmond very much a target in the middle of all that as well. And
you're right about Hine. He made a beeline for McGovern. And there's a couple of jumper punches thrown in there. I think Hine wanted a piece of him.
So they didn't get back in time for the 6-6-6, the Blues. As a result of this scuffle at one end of the ground, they've just got their warning. Not sure why that's not a free kick these days rather than a warning. Little one Walsh got the give and go from Curnow. Now he's going to go rip it straight up the gut as hard as he possibly can. Mackay attacking the footy of the one hand. Betts was the side and centre. Did it well. Cunningham flicked it off. Got it to Pitnet. Little one to Sard. Caught in a ripping tackle from Smith. And he really wants to rub his head in it as well. So the tackles have got that little bit of extra grind into the ground at the moment.
You can't tell me history doesn't mean anything. These two clubs, one of the great rivalries in VFL AFL history. This is the 250th time they've met. And we have got an absolute cracker on our hands. Trying to fight his way through Stocker. Good tackle. Jones got down low. Executed it nicely on Snelling. They let it go here for a long time. Jones Wiedering.
Thank you.
Great crowd. They're loving every bit of this contest. Plenty of time left in this third quarter. Pitternet. Gibbons. Cunningham now. Sam Walsh around the corner. And Jordan Ridley, another intercept mark.
Sam Walsh, 23 touches of the footy. Leads all getters on the field. Ridley told to go. Betts comes from the side, forces him to kick it long and hard. Jones going to have a crack at this, slightly under the footy. Offhand Stringer, needs a good bounce. Look at that, it's bending back. Wiedering cuts it off and goes immediately for the Blues.
Look at them go, the Blues. They're just explosive. Curnow ran hard. Devon Smith's chase was huge too. Now Nunes. They want to run and gun big time, the Blues. That kick got a little lost there. Cunningham, McDonald, Tip and Woody. One-on-one effort. Good tackle. Well done as well. Cunningham, McGovern flying through Redmond. McGovern goes back. Perkins over the top. He's got to get it out, McGovern. He might have dragged it in. No.
Well, again, the intent from Carlton. Wiedering took the mark in the goal square. Did not hesitate. Straight out to the open side of the ground. Exciting play.
Walsh, McGrath, right, paddled it back in the path of Perkins. Walsh, he is such a competitor. Look at that, he's ripped it out of a big pack, got it forward and has made something happen. Take a bow, Sam Walsh.
You asked before, BT, about where that improvement comes from. That's part of it. He's so much stronger now. You can see multiple pre-seasons. standing up strong and just getting rid of the tackler. He's got that element to his game as well as the great running and the great ball use, and the ball-winning ability.
He's going to play on around the corner. Carlton have only had 3 takeaways at the stoppages this quarter, and all 3 have been by Walsh. Betts right behind him to kick it around the corner, got that bending magnificently. Betts has joined in the 3-goal party. He's got 3 as well now. And a 9-point Blues lead here. There's still plenty of time left in the third. An amazing 24-goal game that we've seen so far. Look at that. That's just sheer brute force and want to win the footy from Walsh. Superb stuff.
Don't underestimate the skill in that finish either. Eddie loved it. Carlton fans loved it. And we're loving this game, every part of it. Bryan and Pitternet resume their battle. Slapped forward by the Carlton ruckman. Walsh. Nice bounce for Stringer. Over the head of these two. Stocker gets back, flicks the handball back to Jones. And he has Doherty. Sends it now the Petreski seat direction, but ghosting in nicely was Paddy Cripps. And that was a good ball from Gibbons to Mackay, who felt like right from the moment he took that, he could go back and have a shot.
He's doing the right thing now, taking a few deep breaths. Doesn't need to rush, got the full 30 seconds. Just compose himself, go back, kick what would be a monster goal for his team. Momentum's there.
Play on.
Just the one goal in the afternoon, called to play on, and might have been a bit disconcerting. It's tricky that, isn't it? That's the left footer's arc.
I reckon they are calling it a little early. I reckon as long as you end up kicking it over the man on the mark, you should be able to have that little bit of arc. And I reckon some umpires are getting a little edgy and just calling it a little too early. I know they're trying to not disadvantage the man on the mark, and I get that. Guelphy to Ham. Just a momentary lull in this high-velocity game. Parrish. Pepper wanting it out the north side. Parrish sneaks it into the hands of Ham. Smith's run on, ignores that. Parrish there as well. Ham searching long. Hooker, the big one here. Jones over the top, just tangled himself up with Hooker. Really professionally done. Stringer is bullied over the boundary line by Patrick Cripps.
What can the Bombers conjure up here? Donald Tippinwoody lurking dangerously. Archie Perkins sliding in Petreski's seat. Stolen away initially by Snelling. Stocker's tackle was pretty good. Now Fogarty has coughed it up and into the lap of James Stewart, who's straight back into this side 6 weeks out the hamstring, and clearly they wanted him on that Mackay matchup. Jones is being pushed in the back, free kick.
Yeah, it's interesting. How did you view that James Stewart straight back in?
Well, I can only assume they were worried about the size of Mackay. In terrific form, and just wanted that other big body to allow some of their intercept defenders to go to work. Ridley and Laverty. And he's been doing okay. I don't think the ball use has been great to Mackay, but Stewart's holding up his end of the bargain thus far.
Play on.
Cripps, Stocker, wide, punch away, Ridley. So a lot to think about as we approach three-quarter time for the coaches, and what they want to do here. 11 goals for the Bombers, 13 to the Blues. Bryan and Pitnet. Merritt was held momentarily there. Smith been good again today. Guelphy under pressure. Gibbons. The run by Cottrell. Now the driving ball. Mackay's under this. A little bit of worry at the back. Stewart did well to bring it to ground. Ridley's handball went back into the play. Picked up in the end here by Casbolt. Caught with the footy. James Stewart rips it away and gets it as far out of trouble as he possibly can.
Wettering leads in the race. Perkins applies some pressure. Gibbons, a little feint. I reckon that was his prior opportunity. Gone, no. Devon Smith's arguing the case here, Lingy.
I'm with you, Das. I reckon the step to evade his prior opportunity. And Devon Smith nailed him in the tackle. Stiff to not get a free kick.
Good effort, Nick Bryan. Pittonet going head-to-head most of the night. That was another strong tackle applied. They're a strong tackling team, the Bombers. Average 70 tackles a game. They've won the tackle count in every match this year.
Bryan, the back door to Gibbons. Ridley under Casbolt pressure.
Oh, yes, stand.
So Ridley going to try and get it over to the south side. They've got the loose if they want to go.
Zach Hind. Sorry, BT. Zach Merritt just can't get away from Ed Curnow this quarter. Hasn't touched the footy this term after having 9 disposals in that second term.
Kick to Heppel.
Chance.
Here he is now. Merritt, but it was under pressure, and that sort of thing builds. So it's been a good effort by Ed Curnow this quarter then, Wingy.
Yeah, I think Merritt just crept away from him in that second quarter. Curnow got his starting points a bit wrong. Now he's gone back and locked on and doing a good job on Merritt.
Pittonet, the double-hander to Gibbons. Working right on the boundary line, kick around the corner. Well done by Casbolt to get down low. Knocked it to Fogarty. Fogarty zigzag, well done, classy stuff, high ball, Mackay, gee, jumped at it, nearly had it, Stewart, really well done, got it in the fingertip, over to Ham, Ham's going to go long to Stringer, now Stringer should mark this, he will, he's got McDonald, Tippin-Woody and Hooker, both of them, low and hard, and he kicks it to the only blue in the arc.
And McDonald, Tippin-Woody looked around and said, what about me? All on my own I was, Jakey. Curnow doing a superb job, as Lingy just said. He's winning it, and he's stopping.
The thing he's doing really well, guys, is whenever Carlton turn over the footy, he gets involved in the forward transition, but they've been better with their ball use taking it forward, so he's not getting hurt on the return, and that's what Merritt did really well in the first half. He got it on the return.
Yeah, he's kicked the goal as well, Jimmy, so fine contest between those two, Curnow and Zach Merritt. That was the ball in from Walsh. It's been taken by Heppel, who wants the corridor. Not a great kick from Dyson.
Ed Curnow able to swoop, and from the logo sends it forward bound. Mackay's got the sit. Stewart with him. Mackay, beautifully done. Stewart working diligently, couldn't quite get there, Lingy.
Oh, great pair of hands by Harry Mackay. And again, another poor kick, and it was Dyson Heppel this time. Missed Braden Ham. Ed Curnow pounced on it. Jake Stringer before missed the opportunity going inside 50. A couple of turnovers hurting the Bombers there, and that is a good set of hands.
I think this, for a game high, 16-point margin. Right in front, no problems. The Blues near three-quarter time lead by 16. Raises some interesting questions. I thought Stewart did a reasonable job, but that ball was set up, and if Mackay can get a run and jump it, very, very hard to defend in defence of James Stewart, I reckon. .16-point margin for the Blues.
That's the kick, unfortunately. Braden Ham was open through the corridor. Turnover. Ed Curnow did exactly what key forwards want them to do. Get it in quick to advantage. Nice mark, nice finish. Terrific turn by the Blues.
A couple of goals to Harry Mackay. This is a 37-point turnaround since the halfway mark with the second term Carlton's way. Can the Bombers respond? Pittonet did well. Cripps, the power and the speed, and then the shank. Kicked it off his knee, Paddy Cripps. Nick Bryan, he went to the voice. The voice was Merritt. I'd love to get one back here, the Bombers. Hind, long bomb. McDonald, Tippin-Woody's going to fly. Didn't get near it. Snelling taken high, was he? No. Hooker picks it up. Snap from the corner. Oh, Kyle Hooker take a bow. That was something extraordinary. Kyle Hooker has kicked his third goal, I reckon, BT. He's got 3. What happened there?
That is an old-fashioned shank, isn't it? From there, they always look threatening. Just snuck over the back. Snelling almost caught one high, but look at this finish. Kyle Hooker, brilliant play. Ooh, maybe a little claim on a free kick to Liam Jones there. Woody might have got away with one.
Well, 42 seconds left in the quarter. Back to 10 points. Seems it's been there all game. Either side leading by that margin at various stages. Crowd of 57,000 in the house today. Pitnet, Cripps, Stringer, Walsh. Do it again.
Hey, Pryor.
Always asking the question, Jake Stringer. And the great Diesel Williams here. GB looking at Sam Walsh and going, he has my ability marked all over him, I reckon. At a later stage, he really does. And you talk about that awareness and that around the track, and free kick will go the way here of Casbolt.
On back on.
So this is a big kick because it's going to come after the siren for 3/4 time. If they did happen to lead by 16.
Just an unnecessary one to give. They're grabbing the jumper. The umpire's going to see that every time.
He's the thumping kick. He's improved his kicking. The siren sounds. He hoists it from 51. It's coming back right to the line. Touched over. So it sets up a ripping encounter in the last quarter. It's Carlton leading by 11 points here. 14-7-91 to the Bombers, 12-8-80. And just having a little bit of yawn, but that's so he can get through the last quarter. This is by no means yawn football. I can assure Sheeds of that. He will be loving it as much as we are, because he will be seeing goals kicked at both ends. Extraordinary stuff. Pitnet out of the middle. Guelphy trying to trap it on the half. Did it really well. Got Gibbons hanging off him with a good tackle as well. Parrish, who's had a dynamic couple of weeks. Good year for him as well. Cripps looking to knock it back was Casbolt, did well. Laverty's under pressure. Cunningham picked it up, got to come at it. Does. In the end, Stewart immediately got rid of it with a pretty good ball. Out of bounds would be a good result.
Oh, well played, McDonald, Tim and Woody. 5 on Anzac Day. He's got 4 here this afternoon. Takes a couple of bounces. Looked at Pitternet and then decided to go to Hooker. Jones did well not to give away the free kick. Peter Wright just didn't really time that one. Doherty crashed through. Smothered the handball. Spills back to Dev Smith. Stringer in the goal square. Did well to Snelling, to Cox. The saving tackle, I think, was Owies. He did really well, that young man. Saved a certain goal.
Oh, there's the tackle on Cox. They looked to have it wrapped up then, the Bombers. Looked until Owies arrived with that superb goal-saving tackle. It was a ripper.
That was brilliant. 3 goals and efforts like that. Lock away your spot for next week very nicely.
Casbolt
wins the respect of your teammates in a hurry too. Great effort.
57,000 here. We believe there's some rain approaching from the south quite rapidly. Not sure whether it'll get here before the completion of this game, but it'll be tight. Bryan, Cunningham, McGrath inches the ball forward. Wright can't break loose from his man there. Lands in between. Hooker tried to give Wright an opportunity. Did. Keeps it in play here. Wiedering's looking after him though. Doing his best to hold him off the footy with both hands. Parrish accepts. Got one into the danger zone. Stringer one out here like this. Just a little fend off in the front. And Stringer will line up from 25 out directly in front.
A good play by Parrish first of all. Discipline, get at the dangerous part of the ground. Has the strength from Jakey Stringer on Stocker. Just a big push off. Started the game well, went a little quiet through the middle couple of quarters.
Huge run up, Lingy.
Chance to have a big last quarter.
Stringer, a 25-metre kick. In he comes. Got it. They trail by just 4. Stringer kicks his second goal of the game. And got them in a really good attacking position here now. 4 points adrift. Is as good as they've been for some while in this game. And that'll lift the spirits of the Bombers. Well, Parrish got the high ball in, which set up Stringer, and he was easily able to do away with Stocker on that occasion, go back and kick the goal, and trying to inspire his team.
He's dialed into this game from the first bounce, Jake Stringer, and you know he's always a chance to do something magnificent. The bounce favoured Nick Bryan, and they let it go. Now Zach Merritt. Nice ball to Bryan. Parrish. That right into Snelling. Peter Wright, the deepest forward. McDonald, Tip and Woody. Looking for a crumb. They go in that direction. They've got to bring it to ground here. Walsh just accepted it. Pretty well played in the end. He knew that he didn't have prior opportunity, and that's a pretty good result.
Yeah, smart, wasn't it, Dust? Just lock it in, get the stoppage. Don't let it spill out to a dangerous spot.
Hitting that, just trying to palm it down to his side. Cox read it. Hooker. McDonald, Tip and Woody, and Cottrell got pounded by a bruising bump from McDonald, Tip and Woody. 3-point margin.
You can just feel the grandstand finish coming up to this game, can't you, Stocker? It's had everything over the head of Stringer, and so Cripps. Gibbons back through the corridor. Chopped off, though, by Langford. Darcy, Parrish. The numbers with the Blues, and Jones was really clever there. He directed the fist down intelligently to Doherty. Nunes got rid of his man. Stringer play on the call. McGovern, he went to the voice. The voice was a bomber. Nick Bryan got down low. Nunes back in there. Parrish as well. Nunes fighting hard. It's going to come out. Dragged back under. And Ray in a forgiving mood.
Stringer perhaps not receiving some kicks that he could. Maybe due to things earlier in the game, I'm not sure, but certainly appears he's been a little hard done with as Walsh is dragged to the ground. Gibbons. Guelphy edged under the ball here by Owies. Really solid stuff there from Guelphy to Wright. The interception by Petreski-Seaton. Paddy Dow was ruled out. Petreski-Seaton was the medical sub. He comes in, and neat little ball to Saad. Dow okay, just a problem with the eye. There he is.
Yeah, gone from the early stages of the first quarter. Paddy Dow down the line. Edged out of it was Levi Casbolt. No problem, says the umpire. Langford takes on the Walsh tackle, back to McGrath. It's an absolute sack, that footy. Possible to get a handle on it. Plowman, was he pushed in the back? Carlton fans think so.
BT, is this what you're talking about? Perhaps here, this is Nunes on Stringer.
Yeah. I just felt that he's perhaps had a chat to the umpires earlier in the game. They didn't like that, and maybe that's gone against him ever so slightly.
You reckon they remember BT, do they?
Oh, just a little bit of a
square up.
Sometimes. I would.
We know
if I
you
was
would.
umpiring.
We know you would.
Petreski-Seaton. So, in the end, they're only human. Laverty. Laverty goes down the line. Hooker. Ryan at the back. Spoils Pitnet. Well done. Jones. Perkins. Parrish. Funny little Cripsy style left footer there. Petreski-Seaton. Neat little ball. Finds an opportunity in there with Owies. Oh, he's got it to Noons with a low blasting, skimming ball. Offline.
I understand, Lee, why Harry Mackay is a bit disappointed. He was charging out. That's the lead that you want to honour, don't you? Because that's his role. There's a little chip kick on offer.
Had the break. Just settle the game down. You get a set shot. He more than likely kicks a goal, but then it's a greater percentage than the one from outside 50.
It's 4 points in this game. It's extraordinary history of these two clubs. They've played in 20 finals in their history. They've won 10 each. 6 grand finals. They've won 3 of those each. And it's almost dead even after 250 VFL AFL games. And we've got an absolute belter again. Here's Heppel. Fogarty was wrapped up in a strong Heppel tackle on this members wing side of the MCG, and not a person has left their chair here this afternoon.
No, Heppel knew he'd made the mistake with the skill error first of all, not on his right foot, but did not hesitate. Straight away followed up and laid the strong tackle to create the stoppage. Well done.
Brian Langford, hit net, Noons, Trevsky, Seaton, Perkins, the tackler, got underneath it, gave it a Cripps, the give and go from Fogarty, back to Cripps, dynamite low ball into Mackay, won't get him. Read well by Laverty, and he plays on and opens the Bombers up on the opposite side to Ridley.
Short one is okay. Mason Redmond's been a big improver at Essendon in recent seasons. Cemented his spot in this side, one-on-one. Jones, too tall for Ham. The little man went after it again. He's kept it alive, crashing through the other way. Cottrell, he's got leg speed. There's Matt Cottrell up and under kick. Owies, Gibbons managed to get the hands free to Walsh. Good play. Eddie Betts around the corner, and the hard-running Sam Walsh. He just demands the ball. Disposal number 28 coming up. This young superstar.
His willingness to run and just break the lines, provide an option, and he gave that first handball to Casbolt, took off straight away. Knew he needed to be involved again. You'd watch him if you're a young midfielder, 15 or 16 years of age, and want to go and play at the highest level.
7 clearances for Walsh, the most on the ground. The whole pack fell over. Nick Cox slapped it back, but Fogarty got in the way and he kicked it. Lockie Fogarty has come up with another big play, and that's his second goal of the afternoon, and that's what he's paid to do. Finish opportunities like that. About taking him off, and he's saying, don't get me off now. It looks to be a good selection, Lee. As you said, didn't quite get a permanent spot at Geelong.
And we've got to wait for the time. Mark will be in the middle.
Have a look at this. They thought they'd cleared it with the Cox thump, but Fogarty waited and bang. All of a sudden a 10-point lead. Jimmy, is there any chance of that rain arriving here now? The Blues are up by 10.
It's threatening at the moment. A few light sprinkles. We've got another centre bounce warning here.
No, this won't be a warning, Jim. There's already been one. So this is going to go the Bombers' way. Slow to set up. They're 6-6-6.
So I thought it was Carlton that got the warning before, but Wright, high ball in. Langford, desperate. Likewise, Stringer pounced up like a cat. Cripps, Doherty. Look at the space for Eddie. How does a man that good get that clear? One little bounce. Here comes Mackay on the lead. And there were whistles going on while all of that was happening. And there's a free kick off the ball.
So I think what he's going to pay you, BT, might be free kick to Mackay.
McGovern. Oh, Mackay, is it?
Yeah, I think it was the initial grab from Stewart further back towards goal. So he's taking him back to 25 metres out for the initial free kick.
So this leaves Mackay directly in front. With the rain on the way, a 16-point lead is going to be hard work. No problems, he's got it. The Blues by 16. Mackay has 3. Ben Rutten not happy. Equal biggest margin of the game. And the Bombers have got it all to do now. Get some suggestions from Lingy as to what they can do very shortly.
This is why Ben Rutten wouldn't be happy. So the free kick in the middle of the ground is to Peter Wright. Essendon defenders, everyone, just stopped concentrating and left Eddie Betts completely free on the open side of the ground. Mackay was going to have a shot from there anyway. And then the free kick put him further in front, off the ball. They're all looking around asking, but Ben Rutten would be asking, why wasn't someone on Eddie Betts to start with?
Plenty of time left. Can they get the quick response here? Parrish, Plowman, McDonald, Timberwoody. Langford's handball smothered, Sard, stole it, burst clear, down the line, Laverty. Read it well, they've been prepared to move it quickly. They've got to take a bit of risk here, you think. Merritt looking through the corridor. Nothing really there, so play on's the call. They need a grab here from Hooker. Second, third attempt. Almost could have paid that mark. Back over to McGrath. He opens up some space through the middle of the ground. McDonald, Timberwoody at the back. He fell over Plowman. It was really good. Not an easy thing to defend that ball. He did it well.
Where do you think the risk meter is for the Bombers at the moment, Lingy, in terms of, you know, there's 11 minutes left and the need of risk?
Yeah, they play brave footy anyway, BT, so I think it's really high. Keep taking it on. Their entries have got to be deeper. They're landing about 50, 60 out from goal at the moment. Got to run and carry and be brave. But Blues, you feel like they've got this one in control at the moment. The Bombers have got to somehow completely flip the momentum of it.
Cunningham. McGovern. Going to have to conjure something up the Bombers here. Find a hard charge from someone who can inspire them as Mackay marks. And immediately thought about going. He does now as Stewart has to stand still on the mark. Kick goes wide looking for Owies and Ridley happy to escort it over.
It's Taylor Harris, one of the superstars of AFLW, watching on. Great crowd, isn't it?
Mark and Peter, throw it in again.
Just a little bit of confusion there around who was taking the ruck. Paddy Cripps, I would have thought it was him there for a moment, so we reset. Just under 10 minutes remaining in this game. Buena River, McGrath tumbles it down the line. Harry Jones has had some nice moments. Really steady hand back there. That was good pressure from Hooker. Sard's been impressive. Back to Jacob Wiedering. Well played, Merritt in front of his marker, Curnow.
Now here's the big kick into Ham. Got to mark it. Got a clipping from Plowman. Little unnecessary. Gee, well held up on the mark, professionally done by Gibbons as well. As the kick goes wide to Langford. He goes even wider, searching and finding an opportunity here for Snelling. Immediately goes to McDonald, Tippenwoody. Now that is an accidental collision. It goes against McDonald, Tippenwoody. No argument from him.
Time back on. Stand, please, Anthony.
Ball hadn't quite arrived. And Jones.
And you could see him looking at Jones as opposed to looking back then at the footy. That's what the umpire takes their cue from, and fair decision.
Park shares it with Sard. So often see that run out of defence from that man. McGovern that is, flipped it on. Well played, Stewart. Nick Cox releases the handball. Ridley involved. He got through the tackle, did Stewart. Now Braden Ham. Flicked the handball back to Darcy Parish. This next kick's the important one. The lead from Hooker was on. He ignored it. Had to pull the trigger. Now the work to be done by Langford, but Petrescu's seat was huge.
Gee, if he could have that over again, you're right to ask. The lead was on from Hooker. Should have shoved it down his throat and settled for the set shot.
Sometimes you've got to be prepared to take the simple one, don't you? The leading forward coming at you, he's got a break on his opponent. Just hit him. Don't have to invent the perfect one.
Adam Sard's been terrific today against the old mob, and we wonder when they might stop booing. Probably never. That's the way we are as footy supporters. You're either with us or against us. Fogarty been terrific today. Out wide, done some really clean things, Gibbons. So working it forward here, the Blues. Clock now starting to work against the Bombers, who are 16 adrift. They've got to kick 3 goals in 8 minutes of footy here, the Bombers. Got all the tools there, and Mackay's going to get the free. Hold of the jumper, suggesting John Howarth. And Mackay will get a shot at goal and a chance to kick his 4th.
Can't argue with that. When you've got a piece of the jumper and it stretches out like that, the umpire will pay it every single time.
Mackay using the full 30 seconds. Everyone on the ground knows what he's going to do and go around the corner, but it's impossible to stop. He goals. Kicks goal number 4. And he's playing some real good football at the moment, is Mackay. Doing well in the Coleman chase. Just run behind Tex as we speak. So a game high 22-point margin here. They've kicked the last 3, the Blues here.
So there you can see the Coleman medal leaderboard, and Harry Mackay with that goal. 1 behind Tex Walker, the leader. It's the 4th time he's kicked 4.
What's the one thing in common they all have on that board? They're all big forwards, Gus.
We love it, don't we, BT?
This time last year, remember, they were all small forwards.
Too. They were.
Down to you, Jimmy.
Yeah, Adam Sard just came off with a bit of cramp, got treated for it. Be back up on the ground shortly.
Good news there, Jimmy. It's a big afternoon unfolding here for the Blues. Paddy Cripps, he rolls through, and the champ kicks it. What a moment. Bursting out of the centre of the MCG, and his teammates love him. 4 unanswered goals now, Carlton, and they've blown this out to a match-high 28-point lead.
And he's been trying to get on the scoreboard a little more this year, Das. He's kicked, I think, 3 or 4 goals over the last month, and that will please him. Oh, listen to the
have a look at this, BT. You love this from Levi Casbolt, the little just back heel flick.
Yeah, nice. But have a listen to the crowd. After this goal, they roared, but they're just bubbling with pleasure at the moment. It is a Bombers home game today, but the Carlton fans are ecstatic. They're going to go to 3 wins and stay in the hunt. Look at the fans in the background there. Haven't had much to smile about, and Paddy's got a bit of a wry smile there. 16 flags apiece, they equal most, these two. Not a lot of smiles in the last 20, but there's some smiles here for the Blues today as Merritt explores forward. Wiedering is there. Sard, McDonald, Tippenwoody gathers. Little snap around the body, high ball here. Perkins won't get back. If he does, he'll offend, and almost a throw. Noon's got him in an unusual looking tackle. Forces the ball up.
Huge effort this from Carlton, isn't it? Trailing by 21 points halfway through the second term. They've been under all sorts of pressure. You know how this industry works, and they've responded. Stringer, he's sensing an opportunity, got it bending back, and Jake Stringer says, we're not done with yet. Goal number 3 for that man, and 6:18 on the clock, 22 points. More than enough time.
Kicks the goal and heading straight back into the centre bounce too, which is good. Keep him amongst the action. The high impact players now, the Bombers' only chance. Just a clever finish, got on the move. Nice goal. Perkins is clean, isn't he, in a contest? Strong. fighting to get that one.
Still time here, Lingy, isn't it?
If they can get a quick one straight away, BT, there's just enough to start putting some doubt in the Carlton players' minds. It's a long shot, but a fast one here at least just has that creeping doubt.
I'm easily convinced you're not. Back in the middle we go. Let's see if we can get that fast one here for the Bombers. Been all the Blues. They've been dominant. Now the middle of the one here comes to Petrevski-Seton. Left-footed deep and a bounce on the full, I would suggest, and the umpire saying it was touched. Not so sure about that. It was out of bounds before it was touched, but we'll have a boundary throw in.
Sam Doherty just back on the ground. He got treated for a blood rule, a cut to the head, so he's wearing the band around his head.
There he is right now, Jimmy. Sam Walsh has been huge. How good was that from the young gun? Almost there, Ridley. Saving mark on the goal line. Just can't speak highly enough of Sam Walsh.
He's just a star. Diesel Williams, who's here today, would be sitting there watching that guy and going, wow, this guy is an exciting prospect for the Blues.
You know, I think Diesel will be thinking, imagine how good I would have been with that pace.
Yes.
Would have won 9 Brownlows.
Yep. Probably right. There he is, the great man.
What a player.
What a legend of our game. One of the very, very best. One of the finest. Curnow exploring deep. Off hands, Redmond had it ripped away. Mackay with a tackle. Little soccer off the ground, picked up here by Stewart. Gee, that kick comes off the side of the boot, and Perkins will be paid the mark, even though it's out of bounds on the full. They just seem to let it go, the boundary umpires.
He's impressive, this man, Archie Perkins.
Yeah, certainly is from our angle. That was out in the full. Has looked impressive, clean.
Disciplined punch back it was from Wettering. Here's Nick Hine. He loves to get on the road with a bounce. Lands with McDonald, Tim and Woody. Now that was the right kick at the right time to Hooker. Doherty made him earn it. He was trying to draw a 50-metre penalty. There was no one there. And I reckon he's bounced it through. Carl Hooker kicks a miracle goal. And that's the goal you're after, BT.
Is that the quick one?
That's the one. Back
wow.
to 16 points. He tried a little smarter, like job to draw a 50. He's having a laugh now, but
by the way,
that looked out.
That's out. Yep. I want to show that that's out. And then this play on here, he did not step off the mark.
I thought Jake String had touched that. No, that one cleared him. But you're right. He faked the handball.
Yeah, he didn't move his feet at all. That is not play on, umpire. You can't play on in that situation. You must come off the line. The Bombers have kicked the last 2. They've got it within 3 goals, 16 points, 4.5 minutes remaining. So what do you want now, Lingy? Another quick one.
I'm still not quite buying it off you yet, BT.
All right,
but one straight out of the centre bounce might have me changing my tune.
If they get one here, I want you to concede. Here goes right. They've got the first part of it done. Doherty off the back of the square, high ball. Right on the head here of Heppel. And he's got the free, so he's going to launch them forward, Lingy. Heppel, that centre-half back, nothing on, so he just goes short.
Nick Hine loves to take the game on to the leader Jones, who did well. Just body lined the ball, McGrath. Has been paid a throw. Andy McGrath shakes his head. Says, I've got a handle on that one.
Out, Jacob.
Everything's got to go right from here for the Bombers. Cottrell. I almost swear there's 2 of Sam Walsh out there. And they're prepared now just to take as much time as they can out wide to Gibbons. This man won 2 JJ Liston medals as the best player in the VFL, and his coach said he should have won a 3rd if he hadn't arrested him. Good mark, Paddy Cripps. He read it better than anyone in the pack, although it's been reversed. Free kick to Merritt.
So unrealistic attempt, I would say, the umpire ruling there. 3.5 minutes remaining. Merritt, little nipper one in there to centre-half back. Parrish trying to go down the middle. McGovern almost got him. Was it McGovern or who was it? Yes, it was. And I hope he hasn't damaged his hamstring here, McGovern. I think he might have. He's lying on the ground holding the left hamstring in that chase.
Good tackle.
And I think he's given it a little nip unless it's cramped.
Here we go.
Yeah, it was a great chase, BT. There it is there, that last little lunge, and straight away grabbed at it.
I think he's in trouble, Lingy.
Yeah.
Betts. He's coming straight from the ground, McGovern. I think he's had plenty of hamstring history as well.
He'll lay a tackle there.
Redmond, McGrath, high ball hooker. Off the back is Langford. Got a runner in Snelling. Here's Jones. 40 out, wants to go to Stringer. Needs to be quick. 2:33 to get it back to 10 points. Stringer hurrying. Monumental run up. Look at it. Still going back. Jake Stringer to kick his 4th goal and get them within touch. Lingy, if he gets it, are you in with us? Lingy!
Not yet, bro.
Come on! Stringer's got it, Lingy! No. Offline.
Oh, that would have made life very interesting with a couple of minutes to go. It needed to go through. They've been brave here, the Bombers. So too the Blues. Stocker.
High pressure sales tactics going on in here at the moment. I'm still not buying, Brian.
It's been a cracking afternoon of footy. Down the line, Mackay spun off it. Casbolt. Verdi. They're pressing still, the Bombers. McGrath down the line. Langford over his head and Wiedering. You want the boundary line here, and he was pretty smart. Let's get down to Jimmy. Any thoughts on that man there, Mitch McGovern? What do you make of that, Jimmy?
Yeah, he looks pretty upset here, and of course they use their sub so early in the game with Petreski-Seaton, who's been fantastic since coming on as a sub.
So the history definitely there with hamstrings. I'm not sure that's the same one or not with McGovern. Been a delightful game to watch. We've loved it today. And here go the exploring Bombers. Hooker! Look at him sprint back to the mark. Understanding a minute 15 to go, Hooksy. Got to kick the goal to get it back to a 9-point game and stop the clock. He's got it. He's got it. As soon as the umpire signals, the clock will stop. 58 seconds. Down by 9. Now, Lingy, I know you're going to tell me they need a real quick one here, but tell me it's possible, please.
Brian, anything with you is possible. I still feel like Carlton will hold on, but gee, they've made it exciting, the Bombers. Carl Hooker did exactly what he was supposed to do there. Got on the lead, took the mark, went straight back off, wasted no time, kicked the goal. We know with the 6-6-6 rule, there's great opportunities from centre bounces.
Lingy, they've kicked 4 goals from centre bounces.
Tell you what, Jimmy.
Don't jump on BT's bandwagon,
No,
Jim.
I'm just asking the question.
Wouldn't this be something special? Carl Hooker's got 5. He might have just found his best goal-kicking routine. That's just a sprint. Don't think about it. They get it down there again. They're going to blow the roof off the MCG here, the Bomber fans. Can they win the clearance? As Jimmy Bartell said, the last 4 resulted in goals. 2-metre Peter. They've got a surge at forward. Dev Smith through his hands. Getting back. Cottrell wrapped it up nicely.
Oh, wow. What a game we've had today. Almost willing to concede with 47 seconds left. I tell you what, Carlton have had a win today, but the fans of footy have had a win today. Seeing this incredible game unfold with so much attacking and high-calibre footy has been intriguing to watch. Walsh has been unbelievable with 32 touches of the footy and many, many other little bits and pieces that he adds as well. Trying to flick out of it was Gibbons. High footy. Betts. Cripps. Cunningham. Straightens. Goals. Blues by 15. They are celebrating on the field and they are celebrating in the stands. The Blues fans right now.
And well done to that man, David Teague. Carlton fans love it. It's been a tough period for the famous Navy Blues, and this is a huge win for them. David Cunningham kicks the sealer. officially the highest scoring game of the year so far. And we've loved it, Lingy, haven't we? It's been really entertaining.
Fantastic footy. Both teams, full credit to Carlton, though. They swung the momentum their way. They've played electric footy, hard footy. Outstanding game.
Chris Judd there, one of the fans here today, will be loving this. He's stepping down as a board member soon. McGrath, Parrish continues his good form, 27 touches of the footy today. This is the highest scoring game of the year. Mackay's going to finish it after the siren. For a share of the Coleman, but more importantly, for the entire 4 points. And he misses, but they are going to belt the song out here today. The Blues fans, there's absolutely no doubt about it. We hope that you enjoyed the game like we did today. 2 old rivals going at it head-to-head. 16-11-107 to the Blues, 19-9-123. Carlton by 16 points.